Welcome to Hot Seat. My name is Scott Mitchell, and this is Trait Thompson, Oklahoma Historical Society. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too, Scott.
You had a project for 10 years, a little building at 23rd and Lincoln that you were putting back together. I mean, that thing is now open. It's post-COVID. People are going in it, and there's a new museum in the bottom of it. So what have you been doing since the new build, from the old building to your new job?
Well, I'm so proud of how the State Capitol Restoration Project turned out. And it wasn't quite 10 years, it was 8 years of restoration, and I was on the project almost 7. And everything from plumbing to mechanical to electrical on the inside, and then on the outside, we had all of the stone and window restoration work that we did. But it turned out so much better than I could have even hoped for. But one of the things I was most proud of is that we were able to get a new museum into the ground floor of the Capitol. Before, we had a few displays in different areas, but now we've got 4,400 square feet down there where we can really tell the story of the Capitol itself, of the Dome project from 2002, but also what happens in the building. People can go and learn about the legislative process, learn about state agencies, the 3 branches of government. So it really is a great educational experience, and it's a beautiful area that's programmed by the Oklahoma Historical Society.
All right, let's just talk about your organization. You have resources I don't think most Oklahomans know about.
Yeah, first of all, we have a great research library that's at the Oklahoma History Center right across the street from the state capitol. We have millions of photographs in our collection, documents that are important to the history of Oklahoma. But one of the things that people use the most is our newspaper archives. And we have newspaper archives going all the way back even into the 1840s. And so it's a great resource for people who are doing a particular aspect of Oklahoma research, but also lots of people like to come and research our genealogy. And in fact, at any of our sites across the state where we have a research area, you can go and use Ancestry.com for free.
Very nice. And not just in the Capitol, not just at the Historical Society building, 26 sites around the state?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, but we have museums, we have historic homes, we have battlefields, we have historic forts, and in fact, in Pawnee, we have a working bison and cattle ranch that was Pawnee Bill or Gordon Lilly and May Lilly's ranch there in Pawnee. And so no matter what you're interested in, we have something across the state that you want to visit, and I guarantee you're going to go there and learn something new that you never knew about Oklahoma.
And in these particular facilities around the state, you can go to lectures, you can see demonstrations. How do we keep up with all this?
Well, the best way to keep up is to follow us on social media. So you can follow us at OK History on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But we also have a calendar section on our website, and our website is okhistory.org. And so we have all of the events and activities for all over the state listed right there. And we do everything from living history to demonstrations to lectures to training seminars. So I guarantee you, no matter what you like, you can find something that you're going to get jazzed up about.
All right, back during Dead Center, I did an interview with Brian Beasley about the Battle of Honey Springs, and I found out you were involved with that, Dr. Blackburn involved with that. You just finished one that you're in the process of editing now about the state capitol.
Yes, thankfully I was able to go to the Inasmuch Foundation and get funding to produce a documentary on the Oklahoma State Capitol. Of course, it's near and dear to my heart. And I think it's a story that most people don't know about, how the Capitol was built, but also what is that building for and why was it important to preserve it? And so Brian was director and producer on that particular film. He's done an incredible job. We've completed all of our filming now, and we will be planning to release that in the spring.
All right, got about 30 seconds. You do a podcast people need to know about.
Well, thank you for mentioning that. It's one of my favorite things I get to do as director of the Oklahoma Historical Society. It's called A Very OK Podcast. You can find it on all your favorite podcast platforms. I co-host that with my predecessor, Dr. Bob Blackburn, who's forgotten more about Oklahoma history than most of us will ever know. And we talk about the unique and fascinating stories about Oklahoma history, and people have really responded well to it.
Trait Thompson, Oklahoma History Center, thanks for all you're doing.
Thank you.
See this again at news9.com/yourvotecounts, and follow me on Twitter @MitchellTalks.